Hey everybody, and welcome to battle number 16 of my 19-hour Pokemon Battle Revolution Marathon. Here I'm up against a guy named Nate, and I know Nate is the name of one of the default passes for Pokemon Battle Revolution, but this does not look like a default team. He uses the legendary birds from the first generation, which I like. I like all three of them, so that's pretty cool to see them all together. And Salamence, Empoleon, and Gallade. I'm not, since Corinne's pass is very obviously a rain dance team, I don't think that he's going to use Moltres. And Empoleon probably wouldn't be the best idea either, because not only would Empoleon have a lot of trouble facing my water types, but it would also have a little bit of trouble facing Toxicroak too. So I'm expecting the other four, Zapdos, Articuno, Salamence, and Gallade, in any order. I don't know who Nate's going to lead off with, but that's who I'm anticipating to see in this battle. So, you know, hopefully I'm wrong, actually. I'm not going to say hopefully I'm right, because using Moltres against this team would actually be a good thing for me. But he indeed leads with Zapdos and Gallade, so no Moltres, at least not yet. I decided to go with, you know, the standard rain dance setup, and I'm also going to do something kind of odd with Toxicroak too in just a second. I'm going to fake out just like I normally do, but I'm going to fake out Gallade instead of Zapdos. And I understand, like, I know that Gallade has Steadfast, and I know that it boosts its speed whenever it flinches, but Gallade also isn't as physically bulky as it is specially defensively bulky. I guess that's how you say it. So I'm just kind of hoping that even with the speed boost, Sucker Punch will also take him down a few notches too. But I mean, I pretty much had to fake Gallade out because I want Toxicroak to stick around just in case I need to switch him out later and you know, fake out somebody else later on in the match. Zapdos uses Thunderbolt on Kingdra, and Kingdra is paralyzed, which is not something I really enjoy seeing, since Kingdra has Swift Swim, and now Rain Dance with Kingdra is pretty much useless except for, you know, a water type attack boost. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of extra work here with Kingdra to make sure that she stays in the game and she can do her job well enough. Obviously I'm gonna go with Surf here because any attack that goes Toxicroak's way, I want to be able to heal him up. And I'm also going to use Sucker Punch on Gallade here. This was pretty much what I wanted for this turn, but since Kingdra is, of course, paralyzed, I don't know if Gallade is going to be taken out before he decides to attack Toxicroak and then take him out. But Toxicroak ends up getting a critical hit on that Gallade, so Kingdra being paralyzed really didn't matter that much, and everything ended up going according to plan anyway. But I was convinced that both Toxicroak and Kingdra were going to go down this turn. But Kingdra, I guess, survived with 1 HP. And Zapdos's Thunderbolt, I don't know if it was on the high end or low end of the scale, but I'm just happy that Kingdra was able to stick around. I mean, that was my goal for that turn, for at least to have Kingdra stick around and take Gallade out with the Surf. I didn't know whether or not Zapdos would be taken down with one, and obviously it wasn't. But Articuno is in here now, and I'm just going to keep doing the whole thing with Surf and whatever. But this time I'm going to go with Cross Chop on Articuno instead of a Sucker Punch on Zapdos, because I was thinking that Zapdos would try to switch out and go to whoever the last Pokemon was on Nate's team, because I mean, I was thinking that Nate would expect a Sucker Punch on Zapdos. I mean, that's what, you know, the best move would be. to take Zapdos out right away, but I decided not to do it and go a cross chop on Articuno to see how much damage it would do to it instead. But as you can see, Zapdos is not switched out and takes out Kingdra and does a little bit of damage to Toxicroak, but even with dry skin, I'm surprised Toxicroak didn't take that much damage, you know, with dry skin, even in the rain. And right here, I get cross chop off, and it's yet another critical hit. I know that Articuno is pretty bulky out of the 3 legendary birds. I don't know if Articuno would have been able to take out Toxicroak with whatever move that it had. So I don't know, you know, I don't know what was going on there. But a critical hit, without a critical hit, that Articuno would not have gone down to just a single cross chop like it did there. Right here I'm debating which one I want to bring out between Quagsire and Tauros. I decided to do Tauros just in case I wanted to switch him out and maybe cause whatever Pokemon comes out to drop its attack twice. And since it's Salamence, I am guessing that it is a physical attacker. I don't know, because I've seen plenty of sets with Salamence. It's actually a pretty fun Pokemon to get creative with. So this is just an assumption, but Tauros is a good choice anyway, because I don't see how it could be taken down in one hit anyway, since neither Zapdos nor Salamence can know a fighting move from my knowledge. So yeah, I just pretty much go with return here, instead of worrying about anything else. And this time, I believe I do the Sucker Punch on Zapdos because, you know, there's nowhere for it to run anymore. So I'm pretty sure it's either going to attack or roost or something. But either way, it's going to not hurt my team at all this turn. So the Sucker Punch goes off, and Zapdos is, of course, going down. So now it is Tauros and Toxicroak versus a lone Salamence, and that poor Salamence is pretty much against the wall. I don't know how it would be able to come back from this, barring an earthquake that knocks both of my Pokemon out with like a critical hit or something crazy like that. But it is taking damage really well. You know, considering that's a return from Tauros, he didn't even get knocked down to half HP. But yeah, he's gonna have to do a lot of damage control if he thinks he's gonna be able to beat my team. I decided to switch Tauros out here for the simple fact that Tauros's attack is down, and I want to cripple. I know it's kind of mean for me to do, but I want to cripple Salamence a little bit more with another attack drop later. It's just a good idea, just in case it does have Earthquake and decides to use it. Even though I don't know why it wouldn't use it on the last turn, since Zapdos, even if Zapdos didn't go down, Earthquake wouldn't have hit it anyway.
The blue corner calls their Pokemon back. Quagsire is sent out.
So with Toxicroak, I'm just pulling off Sucker Punches just to make sure that I get the first hit off. And, you know, just in case Toxicroak goes down to whatever attack Salamence has. And Salamence actually has Zen Headbutt, which is definitely going to take Toxicroak out due to its dual weakness to Psychic type. I don't really see Zen Headbutt too much with Salamence, but I guess I don't really use too many teams where it needs to be used. I don't use too many poison types that I know of. And the poison types I do use on some of my teams, like Drapion, Psychic type attacks won't even work on those. So now it's Salamence versus Quagsire and Tauros, and yeah, he did a good job knocking out Toxicroak, but I don't know what he'd be able to pull out of his butt on this turn. I'm not really worried about those critical hits earlier on because I feel like I would have been in a similar position as I am right now. But at this point, he is just taking forever, and I'm like, can Can I pick Tauros' move, please? Game. I didn't know if it was lag or what, but it actually turns out that he just turns his game off. I guess because he pretty much knew that Salamence didn't have a chance. But I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and I will see y'all in the next hour.